What's up, guys? This is Donnie Lee. We got another episode of The Process, Teach Tape Tuesday edition, with a very special guest, TJ Banks, 4-star recruit, Hillcrest High School, Ole Miss commit. Man, Mr. Everything on the field. I'm very excited about this first episode of Teach Tape Tuesdays because it gives us an opportunity not just to check out different guys' highlight tapes, but give them a breakdown of how they see the field from a cerebral perspective. Obviously, anybody that's watched Hillcrest High play or seen TJ play since Little League, they recognize that he's a great athlete. 4.4 40 as a sophomore in high school. Freakish vertical jump. Everybody sees that every Friday that he plays. Or if you pull up to the rec on Sundays, he'll give you that work there too. But one of the things that I think a lot of people don't recognize, and one of the things that I've enjoyed the most in telling coaches and talking to college coaches about you, is how you process the game. One of the things I recognized when I got to the University of Alabama was that obviously we were surrounded by 5 stars, 4 stars, guys that were highly recruited, and everybody was fast, everybody could jump, everybody was big, everybody was strong. But what separated the elite players from the guys that really sat on the bench their freshman, sophomore, junior years was their mental understanding of the game. You take a guy like Minkah Fitzpatrick, came in and immediately mastered the playbook, right? On the offensive side as well, we had Coach Kiffin as the OC, your upcoming head coach. And man, his playbook was crazy. Everything was an option route. Everything was based off of taking what the defense gives you, right? And defensively, the playbook was even bigger. And so that's what I recognize really separated a lot of players at that level. TJ, you're a man of few words. You don't talk much. You're just about business. That's one of the things that I respect about you a lot. Can you talk a little bit about your mental approach to the game? We're going to break down some film today, but can you break down your mental approach to the game? What's a typical week like for you, right? So you just had first round of playoffs. You guys beat St. Paul. You got second round coming up against Helena. What is the week of mental preparation? Obviously, you've got your physical practices, but what's your mental preparation like?
Okay, so going off the Friday win, I rest my body Saturday and then go for treatment on Sunday. Monday through Thursday, watch film, get ready for the other team. Really just master their offense. You know what I'm saying?
100%. So as you're working on mastering their offense, obviously a lot of people don't understand like the importance of scout team guys you're going against, right? So I'm sure you seeing a guy like Marcus Grayson a lot in practice, right? These guys that are giving you scout team looks. That's why it's so important to mentor the younger guys, because that's really what prepares you for the upcoming Fridays. What do you do in terms of studying receivers? And this is something that we'll get into in a minute here. Recognize that you haven't gotten a lot of targets this year, right? Teams aren't throwing at you. Once you get to a certain level, I remember Marlon Humphrey talked about this a lot his senior year at Hoover. He was like, man, I'm bored as hell because nobody's throwing me the ball. Like, I'm never touching the ball unless it's on punt return, kick return. You've had several punt return and kick returns for touchdowns this season. But in terms of getting the ball thrown at you, it can get boring. So what do you do in that capacity in terms of still contributing to the team, still making an impact on the team? How are you working to try to bait different quarterbacks into throwing your way? What's your perspective in that regard?
Really, I just base it off the film. Like, if I know they finna throw the ball, I really just, I don't really, I don't let them predetermine my alignment, or like if I'm in man or zone. So they'll never know what I'm really in. And just doing that'll just bait the QB and get them confused.
100%. Once you get to a certain level that you at in your high school career, man, where it's like, all right, you gotta play chess with the OCs at this point, right? Like you gotta, like you said, you can never let them dictate what you're doing. You gotta stand with your principles on the field and off the field. We talk about that all the time, but just recognizing, all right, man, like they're not gonna come at me. They're not gonna throw the ball at me too often. But, and we'll get into this in this film, they're going to try you when they think that you're asleep. Yeah. So it's like, you're not going to get a lot of balls thrown at you, but you can never fall asleep, because the moment you do is the moment they're going to try you. And so we're going to pull up a couple clips here. We'll start off with the game against McAdory. For one, man, I want you to just break it down. Let me know what you see in terms of what coverage you're in, what you're working, the alignment of the receiver. You're in the field, so there's a lot of space out there. You're on an island. the personnel you see. Tell me what your pre-snap reads are going into this play right here.
All right. So first, we've been working on the glance all week, and this the alignment for when they run the glance. So I was really thinking a backside post, but I don't know. I just played my technique, made sure he didn't get inside, and then it just played out.
So as you're lining up right here, you're taking away something. You say, I got inside leverage. I'm gonna defend something. I'm gonna take away something with my alignment out the gate.
So first and foremost, I post don't let them inside. So for that, I wasn't gonna give up the post anyway. So it was either he run a go, a comeback, or out route. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So as you're going through this, you got a shot clock in your head basically that's eliminating certain routes. You know that, all right, boom, once we get to this point, all right, it can't be an under, boom, it can't be this, it can't be that. You've taken away a significant amount of his route options with your leverage. You already have inside leverage here, right? So hypothetically speaking, if this guy, because as a receiver, if I say I got a slant route or I had that glance route right here, right? The first thing I'm gonna do is try to slide inside on my release to try to even you up, right? Yeah. Are you on alert for that? What do you do in situations like that to maintain your inside leverage?
In situations like that, I just be patient with them. Wherever they go, I go. And I learned early not to use my hands as much. You just use your feet. Because when I first started playing DB, I was handsy, and I just like to jam people. So I had got good with my feet, and then it just played out like that. That's
one of the things that I've recognized has been like a huge progression in your game. I remember very first trial we had at Southern Express with T. Mitch was there as well. Yeah. And Sawyer lined, I don't know if you remember this, but Sawyer lined up, gave him a release, and T. Mitch lunged at him, and he got handsy. That's one of the things that I say you and T. Mitch have both improved at a lot. Obviously, like in high school right now, bro, you could walk up to any receiver you want to, put hands on them, and that's the end of that snap, right? That's not going to prepare you for the next level. You can't walk up being overly handsy, because once a guy recognizes that, okay, this DB is aggressive, he's just going to be patient with his release, use that against you, and then it's 6. So it's smart that, and again, speaks volumes to your football IQ that you're already recognizing that while still in high school, as opposed to getting to Ole Miss, going through your first camp, right, and like I didn't recognize I can't do this way, I can't do that way, so forth and so forth. So it's always good to learn that early. Let's see. So we'll run one all the way through. Good hands right here. Clamp. Let's run it back one more time. That bit to the top. Inside leverage. Let's watch the footwork right here. Good pat step. Great man turn, play it. Great job. Take it from the top. That's the trick. One thing I will say, a coaching point, be careful with the two-hand jams, especially when you have quicker receivers. Obviously, you recognize this receiver is bigger, and he's got his chest up. He gives you his chest out the gate, right? So you're safe with a two-hand jam right there. But when you're going against those quicker slot guys.
And another thing, like, I know, like, the quarterback ain't gonna have no time to get the ball out, because, like, we got a superior D-line, so it's either now or get sacked. It's either
7.4 game, 7.1 points, 7.1 points allowed this season, man. Like, talk to me about that as we run this back again. Talk to me about just the competitive integrity to show up every Friday night, all 11 guys on board, even more than that, man, because you guys have depth. Everybody showing up with that integrity. Like, man, we ain't trying to give up a touchdown, bro. Where does that start?
It just start in practice, for real. So we compete at practice every day. We try to stop the offense from even getting close to the end zone, and it just rubs off in the game. and yeah, so.
I love it. So right here, we got some special teams. College coaches will talk about this all day, every day. If you want to make an NFL roster, you want to make that 53, it starts with special teams. If you're able to contribute to the team there, man, that's next level.
I think I got 4 punt return TDs, two kick return TDs.
Is that something we can expect you to do at Ole Miss?
Of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Contributing in all facets of the game, man. Right, they won't throw at us again. Once again, let's watch this one. Special teams, man. This is what changes the game right here. Coach Kiffin is huge on special teams. Blockers do a great job picking up the wedge. Look at this hustle by Chizzy, man.
Oh yeah, he always out in front.
We gotta run that one back.
He always out in front.
The camera, where the computer wasn't freezing up.
Oh, I got you.
Watch 6 right here, man.
The kicker saved and touchdown.
He was the last option. He was the last option. This right here is just fun to watch. What do you prefer? Obviously, we know you're going to be playing on the defensive side of the next level, but what do you have more fun doing, offense or defense?
Me personally, I have more fun doing offense, but it really don't matter.
You just want to play ball?
Yeah.
Come on. That's just something you don't see too often, man. People get excited about making plays on kick return and return the ball, but, man, to get down there, which got you at the L2 right here, first guy down the field. Come on, man. Look at Nick. Oh, we gotta run that one back, Nick Sherman.
You got a flag on that play, too.
Got a flag on that play. So speaking of penalties, man, we gotta address it, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this a little earlier. So obviously you guys had about 10 to 15 penalties in the first round of the playoffs. You get in a game that you guys haven't found yourself in a lot of times this season. Like we talked about earlier, it's good for you though. We lost to Ole Miss 2 years in a row, like week 3, right? And it was one of the best things that happened to us as a team. And so with you guys having that early scare, if you will, right, that early wake up call, how do you feel like that prepares you guys for this stretch going out through playoffs?
That just made us more aware that we can be beat, but it'll take like a full 4 quarters to beat us. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And we can beat ourselves.
That's the big thing, bro. A lot of great teams, that's what they end up struggling with the most, man. Like they end up beating themselves, and so I think that's huge. That again, you guys had that wake up call, and you can start moving accordingly. Punch the ball out, got a fumble, look like that. Tell me how it is playing on the field with your younger brother, man. Like, I know that's got to be a special feeling. I remember watching y'all in 7v7, dog, and just the chemistry, man. Like you guys have a very special bond. I wish Dylan was old enough to be out there with y'all. He probably wish he could go play linebacker right now.
Yeah.
What's that like, man? Taking the field on Friday nights with your younger brother.
It just made me feel good because you can talk to him a type of way that nobody else can get to him. He'll understand you more than he'll understand more other people, and yeah, it just keep him focused and on high alert during the game.
Nah, that's real. That's real. Man, you talk about just communication and being able to speak in ways that, you know what I'm saying, like that he'll understand, right? And that's something you and I have talked about a lot. I talked to Jay about it a lot as well. But just, man, one of the things I wanted to address while we had you here is just bro, you're extremely misunderstood, and I think a lot of it just comes from the fact that you're a silent person. That you know, you're just about your business, bro. Like we talk about it all the time, man. Like even on the recruiting scene, you didn't play the recruiting games that a lot of people play. You weren't, oh, I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna go over there. Like, nah, you genuinely looked at X amount of schools. You made your decisions. You took your visits. You wanted to have all that business taken care of before the end of your senior year, so that you were good to go. Talk about that aspect, man. Who is TJ Banks? What is important to you? We know what we see on tape. We know what we see on film. What do you think is something that is the most misunderstood about TJ Banks? And tell us about your growth throughout this process. How you've handled this newfound fame. I remember when you first got the Bama offer. Even before that, when you first got the Mississippi State offer, and we topped it up on the call, and we were like, bro, the best thing that happened to you is that you got these offers at a young age. The worst thing that happened to you is that you got these offers at a young age. Yeah. How have you not allowed the rat poison, the negative energy, and the amount of people that misunderstand you to get to you?
I mean, I wouldn't, like, I say I'm blessed for the offers, but I never let that get to my head. I always just, like, stood down to, like, where it really got it from. Like, I never just too much cared about the politics or how many offers I got. I just kept playing football and just stayed around the people that I feel me.
Come on, that's what it's about, man. Like just being authentic, yeah. like just being real, bro. Having your principles and moving accordingly, bro. I think one of the things that I respect the most about you, bro, is like your why. Like you play for the people that you love every single time you step on the field, bro. You playing for your loved ones, bro. The ones that are here and the ones that have passed, and you can see that passion. You can see that in every single snap that you play, bro. It's like it's not about you. You're not playing for yourself. You're not playing. You're not playing for stardom. You're not playing for celebrity. Like this is a business, and you recognize that. I mean, I had to talk to so many people in this game about the business aspect of it, but you're one of the people that I haven't had to tell that. Like you understood it out the gate. Like, man, these folks don't really love me. This is business. They love what I could do. The moment I cease to do what I can do, the love goes with it, right? How have you really? And I know that God is huge in your life. Your GS, God's sons. Like, how has being a son of God really helped you, just in terms of your spiritual walk and going through everything?
I just stay prayed up, and it keeps me focused, and just talk to God every day. He'll lead the way, and without God, you have nothing.
Man, straight like that. But man, that wraps it up. It's another episode of Process Teach Tape Tuesdays. Like I said, man, special thanks TJ Banks coming through, man. Big game coming up this Friday. Helena, y'all make sure y'all pull up Hillcrest High School. Check them out. Excited to see great things from you, man. Gonna continue to pray for you, bro. Keep grinding. Do your thing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh. That was great.
And